The balance of power in the Pacific Ocean is changing. For decades, the United States controlled the world's oceans. Its navy was larger, stronger, and present almost everywhere. But today, another navy is growing faster than any military force in the world. That rising power is China. China now has the largest navy on Earth. And if conflict ever begins in the Pacific, the size of China's navy could change everything. Because control of the sea does not just decide battles. It decides who controls global trade, military movement, and power projection. And the real question now is simple. If China's navy continues growing at this speed, what happens to American power in the Pacific? For most of modern history, the United States dominated the oceans. After World War II, the U.S. Navy became the most powerful naval force in the world. American aircraft carriers could project power anywhere on the planet, from the Atlantic Ocean to the Persian Gulf to the Pacific. This naval dominance allowed the United States to protect trade routes, support allies, and maintain global influence. But over the last 20 years, something important has changed. China began building ships at a speed the world had never seen before. Shipyards across China started producing destroyers, frigates, submarines, and aircraft carriers. Slowly, quietly, the balance at sea started shifting. Today, China's Navy, known as the People's Liberation Army Navy, has more ships than the United States Navy. China operates more than 370 naval vessels, while the United States has fewer active ships. But numbers alone do not tell the full story. Many American ships are larger and more advanced. The U.S. Navy also operates 11 aircraft carriers, far more than China. However, China is focusing on something very different. Instead of projecting power around the entire world, China is building a navy designed to dominate its own region, specifically the Western Pacific region. And that changes the strategic calculation. The Western Pacific is one of the most important regions on Earth. This area includes Taiwan, the South China Sea, Japan, South Korea, and major global shipping routes. Every year, trillions of dollars in trade pass through these waters. If a conflict ever starts in this region, naval power would become the deciding factor. China understands the importance of this shift. That is why it is building ships, submarines, and missile systems specifically designed to challenge the U.S. Navy close to China's coastline. This strategy is often called anti-access area denial. The goal itself is simple. Make the region so dangerous that American forces cannot operate freely. One of China's most powerful tools is not just ships, it is missiles. China has developed anti-ship ballistic missiles designed to target large naval vessels, including aircraft carriers. These weapons are sometimes called carrier killers. If these systems work as intended, they could threaten the most important symbol of American naval power. The aircraft carrier is that symbol. This means that in a conflict near China's coastline, American ships could face risks they have never faced before. And that changes how military planners think about future war in the Pacific. Another advantage China has is geography. Most Chinese naval bases are located very close to potential conflict zones. Taiwan, the South China Sea, the East China Sea. This means Chinese ships can operate close to supply bases, air support, and missile defenses. The United States, on the other hand, must operate across the Pacific Ocean. American forces rely on bases in Japan, Guam, and other allied territories. This long distance creates logistical challenges during a major conflict. And China understands this advantage very well. But the United States still has major strengths. American naval forces have decades of combat experience. The U.S. Navy operates the most advanced aircraft carriers in the world. American submarines are also considered among the most capable underwater forces ever built. And the United States does not operate alone. Several powerful allies operate in the same region. Japan, South Korea, Australia, and others all work closely with the United States. In a major conflict, these alliances could become extremely important. The real concern among military analysts is not just today's balance. Looking ahead, the real challenge lies in the future. China continues building new warships at a very rapid pace. Some estimates suggest China could operate over 400 naval vessels within the next decade. At the same time, the United States faces rising shipbuilding costs and slower production speeds. If these trends continue, the gap in ship numbers could grow even larger, and that raises a serious strategic question. Can the United States maintain naval dominance in the Pacific? If China eventually gains naval superiority in the Western Pacific, the global consequences could be enormous. Control of the sea means control of trade routes. Nearly 1/3 of global shipping passes through the South China Sea. Energy supplies, manufacturing goods, and international commerce all depend on these waters remaining open. If a major power gains control over these routes, it gains enormous economic leverage, and that could reshape global power. But it is important to understand something. A war between the United States and China would be unlike any conflict in modern history. Both nations possess powerful militaries and nuclear weapons. Even a limited conflict at sea could cause massive economic disruption around the world. Global trade could slow dramatically. Energy prices could spike significantly around the globe. Financial markets could react instantly. This is why military planners focus heavily on deterrence. The goal is not to fight this war. The goal is to prevent it from ever starting. The rapid growth of China's navy is one of the most important geopolitical developments of the 21st century. It is changing the balance of power in the Pacific. It is forcing the United States to rethink its military strategy. And it is raising serious questions about the future of global power. The oceans have always shaped world history. And in the coming decades, the Pacific Ocean may once again decide which nation holds the greatest influence on Earth. Thanks for joining us. Please like and subscribe. We'll be back with more updates soon.